Hey, welcome back to this part 3 video. Math is easy step by step. So, want to get into how to use the formula and a couple of other little details in order to answer this question. And finding the circumference of the pizza pie. Part 3 video. All right. So, the large round pizza has 20-inch diameter and it's cut into 8 equal pieces. So, what is a diameter? Right? What is your diameter? Your diameter is from edge to edge of a circle. Of course, pizza pie is a circle. What is the radius? R. Well, the radius is 1/2 of the diameter, right? So here, highlighted in the pink would be the side of a slice of one of these pizza pies. Would be half the diameter is your radius. It starts from the center of the circle, works its way to the outside of the circle. It's exactly 1/2 of the diameter. So half of 20, right? If the diameter from edge to edge of the circle is 20, radius is 1/2. Your R, or radius value, is equal to 10. So let me show you that here. And again, the diameter is from edge to edge of a circle. Given in the problem is 20 inches. Half of 20 is your radius. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So the radius value is 10. The diameter is 20. Let's keep on keeping on. So we know these really important pieces of information in order to answer this particular question. So remember, the formula to find the circumference is pi, showing you right down here, pi times your diameter. Or, right, if you double your radius, 2 times your radius would give you 20, which is the diameter. You could also use the formula 2 times r times pi, or more formally known as 2 times pi times r. You can use either one of these formulas. Now, the formula I'm going to use is pi times the diameter. Ask yourself, why would I want to use this particular formula? Well, to answer that question, in the question, they gave me the diameter of 20. So I'll use and I'll substitute 20 for D, because that was given to me in the actual problem, right? Now, in the problem, sometimes they might give you your R, or your radius value, instead of the diameter. In that case, I would use 2 times pi times r. And I would just substitute the value of r into the formula, just like I'm going to substitute the diameter into this formula right here, because they gave me diameter. They did not give me radius. They gave me diameter. But I want to explain how both of these formulas will give you the circumference of a circle, right? Remember, the circumference is the measurement around the outside of this circle. So, pi times diameter is the formula I will use. They gave me a diameter of 20 inches in the problem. I'm going to substitute 20 for D and then multiply times pi. All right? And that's what you see right here. 20 is substitute for D. There's an invisible 1 in front of that pi. Check out my Invisible Ones videos if this is new to you. What's 1 times 20? That's 20 pi, right? That 1 is attached to pi through multiplication, so the 20 has to be attached to the pi through multiplication. 20 pi inches. Now, that is my answer, 20 pi inches. That's the circumference of this pizza pie. However, I do want to point out one thing. Sometimes on these exams, they want you to simplify beyond just 20 pi inches, right? Which is what we got. That was the solution after we used the formula, pi times diameter. And so sometimes they want you to simplify even further. So I want to make sure I clarify and I show you that. So this symbol pi, 20 times pi, can also be represented by 3.14. So what you would do is, instead of the pi symbol, leaving it in this form of an answer, you'd substitute 3.14 for pi, which is what I'm doing here. and then you'd multiply times 20, just like it shows you to multiply times 20, and you'd end up with an even simpler answer of 62.8 inches. 62.8 inches. But what I want to point out are both of these answers are absolutely correct. And they are just in one form or the other. One form answer has the pi symbol. The other form is a little more simplified by substituting 3.14 for pi. 3.14 times 20 is 62.8 inches. So that is the circumference of this pizza pie. And if you want to do some internet searches for some practice problems with answers, here you go. Conduct an internet search for worksheets with answers on, if I go too fast, stop, pause, rewind the video. Finding the diameter and radius of a circle. So practice those skills. It'll be very important for you. Finding the circumference of a circle. That will help with your understanding to answer these type of problems. Substitution property and using the circumference formula. All of those search engines will help you in strengthening your knowledge, skills, and abilities. Math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me. If I've helped you, please help me to help others. Like, follow, share, and subscribe.